Welcome back to Ghosted, where we turn the quiet of grief into stories worth shouting. Today I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Kelley.
Hi, Kelley. I'm so excited to have you here. Kelley, who ghosted you?
My dad.
Your dad. What was his name?
His name was Jay.
Oh my God, that was my dad's name.
No way. Love.
Wait, was he James?
No, just Jay. Jay.
Okay, so my dad was James, but he's only Jay to us.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Love.
And we were talking before, but so my nephew, his middle name is Jay after my dad.
Cute. Oh my God, I love that.
Oh my God. Wait, what was his middle name?
William.
And when did he die? My dad's was Mark. So imagine if it was the same.
Oh my, I would be like, whoa, they're talking to each other on the other side about it.
I think they are, for sure.
Totally.
Hey, Jays.
Yeah. Hi guys, we miss you. He passed away in May 10th, 2023.
May 10th, 2023. So still pretty recently.
Yeah.
Wait, what's today's date? The 20th. So you just hit 3 years.
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Oh my God. How was that?
It was interesting. I mean, it was on Mother's Day. And so It was really bundled with a lot of stuff. Cause I feel like I was trying to be positive and wanting to be, happy Mother's Day for my mom. And then I'm pregnant with twins. So I'm it was my first Mother's Day. But then, so I didn't I don't think I properly owed to him on the day, and I could totally feel it for days after. I regretted that I didn't just feel my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but you can feel them any day. It doesn't have to just be May 10th.
So true. Yes, and I think it was just a good lesson to learn of you can feel your feelings and then also be joyful within the same hour, minute. It doesn't need to be all black and white of today's going to be a sad day or today's going to be a happy day, and to just push any other emotion away. So it was a good lesson to learn, I don't regret learning that lesson, I guess.
Yeah. And that's just life. You have to have both of those things at the same time, sort of always.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the whole grief and joy can coexist, because it's really true, and that's the only way that you can get through it sometimes, is if you're
it's the only way you survive.
Yeah, if you allow yourself to feel joy but also miss someone and feel sad, but then you're also but life is also beautiful. I don't know, it's been as you know, I'm sure it's a journey.
It really is, and it's crazy how it is forever a journey. It doesn't have an end date. You're on that thing for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you tell me a little bit about your journey?
Sure. Yeah, happy to. So my dad died when I was 9 of cancer. So he had multiple myeloma first, and then he died of metastatic melanoma. Mm-hmm. So it's been almost 19 years, which is wild, especially because he's lapped me. He's about to lap me, and how long I've known him versus he's been gone. Do you know what I mean? I only knew him for 9 years, and now it's going to be 19. I'm holy crap. Yeah. But yeah, I think just you losing someone so young is a very interesting dynamic with grief, and having to grow up with it. But yeah, and then my brother's 7 years older than me, so he was a teenager, and so we all sort of experienced it differently.
Yeah, that's so...
Yeah.
That formative time, and I don't know, grief is just such a... It's such a explosion into what your life path you think was going to be. I mean...
Yep.
It's all meant to be, and everything is going the way that it should, and it's aligned, and it sucks to have grief. But in just thinking about whoa, where would I be if this didn't happen? But it's also but that doesn't matter, because we will never know.
I struggled with that for so long, Kelley. It would keep me up when I was little, because I was I am who I am because he's dead. So who does that make me? If I say this all the time, but if I like the person that I am, that's due to the fact that he's dead, because it shaped so much of who I am. Yeah. So it's a weird identity thing just to deal with. But yeah, it sort of is what it is, and this is the life that we get to lead now.
Yeah, but like that's the way you said that, so beautiful, because it's like, I mean, it's like identity created from like struggle and, you know, tragedy. But in a way, you're like created your whole identity around him in a way. Like, on a positive light. Like, because I feel like I always have to spin things to be like, oh, but like, where's the beauty in it? Where's the like spiritual connection? Where is it like I'm living my life for him now? Because it just helps me feel better about it. You know?
Yeah.
It's so like, it's such a terrible feeling. And so like, if I can do anything to just be like, where are we just like being connected, and it's just more about love, and it's like this beautiful journey of like, you're now living life and he's like seeing life through your eyes, and like every experience you get to have is like he's a part of it, like all that, a whole roller coaster of it all. But yes,
you do sort of live for two people. Have you always been really spiritual, or since your dad died?
I feel like it definitely made it more intense, like my spirituality, because so I was 29 when my dad passed away, and he passed away from cancer, and he had prostate cancer that metastasized like into his bones.
Yeah.
And then it like was being treated, but then it like morphed into this like new cancer, and like that's like it got him really quickly, like in 2 months. It was like neuroendocrine or something.
Yep, that was like my dad. It was like multiple myeloma. He, I think, would honestly live from. It's the melanoma that was like fast.
Cancer is literally an alien form. Like it's smart and like learns how you are treating it, and then it just like evolves, and
it's wild.
It's so wild. Like I hate giving it the credit to tell it that it's smart, but anyway, when my dad passed, so I was with my dad when my siblings and I were with my dad when he passed away, and like the veil was like very thin. So I think it made my spirituality like more intense. Like the wind was like whipping through the house and like howling, and like it was so like it just felt like the other side was like coming to like gracefully take him away. But it was really like crazy to experience. And so I think just like, you know, because as soon as he passed away, like the wind stopped, and it was just like this really spiritual experience of feeling like so close to the other side and feeling really spiritual. And then now I'm just constantly asking him for signs and how he shows up, and like I'm seeing signs all the time, so I feel like I'm communicating with him. So I feel like way more woo-woo and spiritual and like all the things, like definitely after he passed away. I think it's like maybe a comfort, because
for me it is too.
Yeah, it helps me talk to him and feel like he's really not gone. He's just like materialized to like a different form.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I believe in it because I want to believe in it, because it's the only thing that brings me comfort. Or like, where is he if he's not watching, you know?
Yeah. And I believe in it so truly, but if you don't, like, I don't care, but I'm like, but
yeah,
it's happening.
I'm the same. I'm like, but that's for me to believe. Like, if you don't want to, fair enough.
Yeah, no problem. But like, you're not going to ever tell me that it's wrong or whatever, like that kind of thing. No, yeah, it's so, do you like ask your dad for signs or like see him in any signs?
For us, it's deer. And then for me, this is like very niche, but it's coins and like money. Because we used to like collect them when I was younger. And when I was little, I actually told my mom this recently, and she was like, no way you did that. I used to like, when we had like computer class in elementary school, because it was like, or like middle school even, like when you would like sit at like a big desktop, I would like type to him. I'd be like, hey dad, because I didn't have like a phone, like there wasn't iPhones and stuff, and like I never had his phone number, so I couldn't like, because I know some people like leave voicemails or text the number, but he didn't have a phone number, so I would type to him. But now I just like, I'm not religious, so I'll just kind of speak to him as if like when people pray to God, I'm always like, Dad, come on, like, step up, help me with this thing. Like, I'm always like, come on. I want to, like, ask for signs more, but every time I see, like, a coin or a deer, I'm always like, hey, Dad, and I just, like, say it to myself.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, no, I feel like I like ensuring that I, like, acknowledge when I see the sign, because I'm like, give me more. But
yep.
My sign with him, like, it's kind of more of, like, so I'll see the number 444 a lot. And so, like, anytime I see that, and the reason why, it's like, so when we were caretaking for him, like, I got this sweatshirt in the mail, and, like, it had 444, and protection is, like, the meaning of that angel number. I don't know if you're, like, familiar with angel numbers. Okay. Yeah, so, like, all the numbers, like, mean something different. Right. So 444 meaning protection, like, it just, like, had that written, like, on my chest, and, like, other numbers were everywhere else on the sweatshirt. And he was, like, you know, sick, and, like, just, like, we were just taking his temperature or something, and he was just, like, muttered protection, and I was just like, oh yeah, like, you know, and then it just kind of, like, stuck with me, and I was like, okay, like, that he's always been, like, our protector and the family's protector, and just, like, such a big part of keeping us safe always, you know, like, being the dad of the family. So anytime I now see, like, I kind of just, like, assigned it to him. I was like, okay, 444, it's like, that's going to be our communication, like, no doubt, like, that one. And then I'll see it all the time. I feel like there are times where I can, like, feel like one's coming. And then I'll see it, and I'm like, oh my God, you're here. Hi. I always try to call it out, but it's probably so annoying if you're around me, because I'm always just like, look, there it is. Because I see them a lot. Like, and then birds, like red birds or blue jays, because he was blue jay.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And then butterflies. Like, I think just, like, anything that's sort of like that kind of gives me confirmation of, like, okay, he's around, like, he's here, he's protecting me.
I love that. You said you were with him and were his caretaker, so were you with him when he was sick, or what was that like, that sort of, like, anticipatory grief?
Yeah, so he was sick for 4 years, but it was, like, manageable for a while. And then after, like, I could tell that he was, like, sort of, like, not feeling as well. And so I just decided, like, at the end of 2022 that I was, like, gonna just go home and be home a lot. Like, he just, like, wasn't seeming like he was, like, getting better. And so I just was like, I would like to spend as much time with him as I can. So he lived in LA. He lived in the OC. And I was, so I would go there and, like, spend majority of the months with him, just back and forth. And then, like, around April, I went for Easter, and, like, he was just not doing well. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna see how it goes. But then it, like, quickly became, like, we thought he was, like, going into, like, kidney failure, liver failure, and, like, you know, like, so we tried to, like, get him into the hospital, and then we were, like, just basically needed help immediately. And so we put him in hospice in his house for, like, the last month of his life. And it was, like, my brother and my sister and I most of the time. I mean, like, we were just kind of living there at his house. And just, like, doing I don't know, just taking care of him. It was, like, a sad, hard, scary experience, but, like, I miss it, which is, like, so weird to say.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, I think I just, like, miss being together, and I miss, like, being around him, of course. But, yeah.
There's, like, a lot of beauty and pain in being a caretaker.
Yeah.
But, and, like, it's nice that your siblings were also supportive in that time.
For sure. It was, like, we all just, like, were a part of it. Like, we would, like, have his little schedule together, and, like, we would, like, cook, and the other person would be, like, kind of with him, and then cleaning. And it was just, like, this group effort, and, like, this really big, like, lovable family feeling of just being together and like love and like the strength of love and that beauty. So it was like not anything I've literally ever experienced. And it's just like special to have that with my siblings, you know?
That's so beautiful. How is your relationship with them now?
Great. I think that like that situation was like definitely like another layer of bond, you know?
Of course.
Just, like, wow, we did that together. I do feel like there's like part of us that are probably, or I'll just speak for myself. Like, I wonder if it was like because it was such a whirlwind, like it's just like your body like just goes into survival mode and like just sort of tries to keep moving forward. So like it's not like something we are talking about all the time, but like I think just like knowing that we did that together, and I think it's like I'm just grateful that we got to experience that together, because like my other brother wasn't there. He had work and was in a different state, so he wasn't doing the day in and day out that we were doing. And I just like wonder, I don't know, I think it's like I'm bummed that he didn't get to experience that, but you know, it's not like he needed to if that wasn't something he was prepared for, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's so interesting how differently everyone deals with it, and like the survival mode you were saying, and talking about it or not talking about it. Obviously you talk about it because you talked about it online, which is how we got connected.
Yeah.
I'm so curious, like, what inspired you to do that? I think also 3 years is still like relatively new in that grief, which I think is amazing to be able to talk about it at this time.
Yeah. You mean just like talking about it online? Yeah. I think just like kind of felt like I was ready to share it in a way where I felt like I could maybe help someone else that was going through it too. Because like you could have asked me maybe 2 years ago about it and I was not able to, like, it was just so much harder. Like it was crazy how I had gotten to a place where I was kind of processing the grief in a way where I feel like I now can carry it in stride. But there was a time there where it was something that like I could barely just function about it. So I wanted to share it because I wanted to help other people that were going through it. I did not expect it, like, so many people to resonate with it, or like even just be so seen in my own journey of me just sharing about it. And then I think just knowing that more people were like feeling seen, it encouraged me to share it more. But the person that, like, I actually had a girlfriend that was like, you should talk about your grief journey online, because I feel like when I'm around you, like, you still carry like joy and like good energy, even though like you've gone through that, because she lost her dad too. And so I just like sort of took her lead and shared it, and then it like I resonated with people, and I think that that was like really beautiful that like a lot of people felt seen.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, that's like the power of the internet, and like being brave enough to do it, you know, is really cool.
Definitely. Like, I posted one where I was like crying online, and I was like, hey, here we go. and it was fine. It was fine. Like, it just, a lot of people wanted, like, a lot of people felt really seen, and I was like, wow, who knew that like doing that would make people, like, I don't know, just feel like they could come to a place and like share a little bit about their story too in the comments and all that.
I love that. No, it's amazing. Yeah. I always say the internet can be a fucked up place, but it can also be a beautiful place, and this is where like the beauty lives.
Totally. And I'm sure that's how you feel about like your podcast and Ghosted. Like, it's just like become this place where people get to share and feel seen and not feel so alone.
Yep. Yeah, creating that space is amazing for people, because I think that's the worst part about grief is the loneliness. I don't know if you felt that in the beginning, but like, especially at like the young age, I was like, this sucks. I mean, 29 is still so too.
Yeah, 9. I mean, 9. Are you kidding me? That's like such a different experience. Like, I'm sure the isolation is just because I felt isolation too, and I wasn't alone, but it's just a feeling. Like,
Yeah.
that frustration of like, well, these other people like don't have to go through that. But then I like just learned that like you can't live like that. And then also it's like, but I still got to have my dad, and like I feel so lucky that I got to have him, and like he's like a huge part of my life. And like if I either had him and lost him or didn't get to have him at all, like I'm obviously going to choose like the hand that I was dealt, because I feel just blessed in general that I got to have him.
That's beautiful. You guys were close?
Very. Yeah, he was like one of my best friends.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, which makes it way freaking harder, but like
yeah.
like he was just always like, I think it's like because we were long distance from each other, like we would have phone calls a lot, and like so there were a lot of times where I'm just like, I just like want to call my dad, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, so I sometimes do.
Really?
Yeah, like his number is like they've repossessed it, you know, whatever. Like it belongs to someone else now, but like I'll just like literally go like this in the car when I'm driving. Or I'll just like hands-free text him, you know, call him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, so get this. Like, like, or one thing I've done a lot actually is like call my sister when I see a sign that feels like a lot like him. I'm like, I have to tell you this. I think Dad is like talking to me right now. Like, just silly
Please
stuff.
Stop. What have you told him recently?
So you're like, it's so niche and so like inside, like whatever, but like his little sweet treat, or not sweet treat, but like his like guilty pleasure was McDonald's.
Same.
Yeah, I love it. So it's like anytime I'll like see it, I think of him. But there was like this one time where I drove by and there was a billboard and something about like the family's hungry or something, but it was something like, I can't even remember specifically, but I could hear it in his voice. I could hear like the jokes that he was probably making about it. Like he would always just be like, oh my God, this is good. And like, like,
I love him.
You know, he's so cute. Like, so yeah, I just like was thinking, and my sister, my dad, my brother and I, like obviously we're all super close. So like just calling her to reminisce about him makes him feel like really close.
I love that. And like your family's receptive to talking about him?
Yeah. Yes. I definitely like feel like we bring him up a lot. I think he was like I feel like he was like our family's like North Star. And like that was like one thing I talked about in therapy. I was like, I just feel like I lost like my North Star. And she was like, you never lose your North Star. You have him within you. Like all of the teachings that he gave you are like a part of who you are now. And so you can take them and like lead with them. And now that I'm going to be a parent soon, like I'm like, she's like, you get to teach your sons about him. And I was like, okay, that's like a really nice way to turn it of like,
yeah,
we just, yeah.
How is it preparing to be a mom of 2 boys? I mean, just in general, and then also with the grief aspect of it too.
In general, I am like so excited, and then I will also get like this feeling of like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How do people do this?
But no, twins is wild.
Literally, I have no idea how it's physically possible. But I am just hoping that, you know, my mom and my sister and my husband's family are like, they'll come through and help us. Mm-hmm. And like they've said they will. And, you know, I just keep asking for help. And I'm just like, I think I also can't think about it too hard because I'm like, it's going to be survival mode kind of in my head. I'm like, well, I caretook my dad and it was actually like hard, but it was beautiful. And like when you love someone so much, you don't really care that you're getting like 3 hours of sleep. You're just doing it and surviving, and you just get up and you get what they need. And so I'm like, okay, I have that practice of like my dad being on hospice. So maybe twins, babies will be sort of like that, but it's probably going to be way harder. But yeah. And then otherwise I'm just like, it's going to be fine. That's how I deal with it, is like, I just pretend.
Fair.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Is it hard, like, dealing with grief? Like he's not going to be a grandfather. Like, what's that like?
Yeah, I definitely have had that feeling a lot. Like, where I'm just like, it's really just heavy. Like, it just like sits in my heart, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm sad. You know, like I want him there, but like, I feel, okay, so like deep down, I feel like he like sent these twin boys like our way, because it was such a, to get pregnant with twins like is crazy. Like that's just crazy. And like then them being boys, like it just feels like, okay, he sent them to like show me like a sign of his love. And so like I feel so like connected with him through it. But I mean, I'll go in the backyard, like let my dog out, and then I'll just like zone out into the distance, and I'm just like, I miss him so much. I'm so sad that he's not going to get to be here and be like a grandfather to them and like carry them and all that stuff. Like it's totally like a new form of grief, like of this just like, you know, that grief feels so hopeless sometimes. Not like hopeless, like it's, but just like powerless. It just feels so powerless in the way that things are going. And so it's just like, you know, I have to take it and turn it into like, what's the silver lining, so that I keep moving. Because like, I mean, if you want to go down the dark path, like you can find it and go down it. And like, it's there. Like,
it is there.
Yeah. And so I'll tell my husband, you know, like, I'm so sad and bummed, you know, that my dad won't get to like be with these boys. But then, or like that I don't get to call my dad and tell him like about the boys, like they're kicking, or like I won't get to tell him their names or all that stuff. But like, I did share that online too. And like, I felt like it was really nice to just like feel the support of my community being like, he knows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're so right. Like, he does. So it's really hard. It sucks. But at the same time, it's really like, feels like a connection to him that's like another layer and deeper connection.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think there's like a new level of grief when you grieve. Like, you're sad for them of the things they can't experience, because you're going to get so much joy with these boys. Totally.
And, you know, like, I know too that like my dad will get to experience it in another way. But yeah, totally. Right. It's just like, I'm like, want him to be there. But he will be there. He'll be there in theory and essence. And
he'll be there. And like, he raised you, so you'll raise these boys, and therefore they'll know him through you.
Yeah. And like, part of me is him, like physically.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, you're like biologically him.
Yeah, I know.
Therefore, like, they're biologically him too.
Yeah, they're a quarter him, which is so cute. And then there's two of them, so I technically get half of him.
Exactly. Exactly. What was it like finding out you're having two boys?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I was shocked when I found out they were boys. For some reason,
what did you think?
I thought that I was gonna have girls, and I kind of thought like, just like where things were I was like, I feel like they're girls, kind of, or like maybe a boy and a girl. That would be so cool. Like 0% of me thought two boys. Like, I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't think that. Like, also when I went to go grab my pregnancy test, I was like walking out, and there was like a balloon, and it said it's a girl. So I was like, oh, am I having a daughter? Like, I feel so like led down this like little cookie crumb path of like, I'm gonna blindside you, like you're gonna get two boys and be so shocked. So I was so just completely like shocked. And then also after a few days of like, okay, I can do this. I can do 2 boys. I think I was made for this. Like, I think I've always been made to be like a boy mom. Like, I was a tomboy growing up, like very always not girly. So I was like, okay, this will be perfect. And my husband is like, I really wanted him to have boys. I just thought that would be special for him. So it like was a shock. It took me a second to adjust. And then I was like, this is heck yeah. I'm ready. I think this will be like the chaos will help me overthink less, and I'll be like more on my feet, and I'll take action more, and like the flaws that I see in myself right now of like not doing those things will go away because these boys are going to like pull out a side of me that I need.
So cute. Are you going to name them all after like either of them or both of them after your dad in any way?
I am thinking about, doing like at least one of them having a little bit of him in there. So
cute. Yeah. But wait, when they come out, like, how do you decide who's who?
Okay, in my head, I feel like I have a thought of like whichever, like the first, I don't know. There's so many ways. Like I have like one that is kind of moving around a lot, and so like this name that I have that I like, I feel like would fit with the like more rambunctious
the active one.
Yeah. And then and kind of like go off of that. Otherwise, I would just go off of like, okay, the oldest would get this set of names, and then the second one would get these. So, but I'm not sure. I don't know how they'll deliver. Like, there's like a twin A and twin B, but I don't know what'll happen on the day, you know.
It's so wild and so crazy.
Yeah, it's honestly been like the craziest shock. I didn't expect that this year.
Oh my God, that's amazing though. Your dad sent them for sure.
Totally. Like, yes. Like, I totally agree.
I love that. How was your husband with like your dad's death and all of that sort of over the past 3 years?
Oh my gosh, he's been such a rock for me and our relationship. Like, so we had just gotten married, like, I think it was like 8 months before my dad passed away.
Oh, so your dad was at your wedding?
Yeah, he was. We got to have those special moments. Yeah, like, so we got to walk down the aisle.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was special. Like, he wasn't, feeling too well. Like, he had to leave the rehearsal dinner early because he was just like in so much pain. But he did get to be there like that day, and like he gave a speech. We got to do our first dance. Got to walk me down the aisle. So like I do feel like really blessed that I got to have that. Like,
that's really sweet.
Yeah. Thanks. But it was like a few months. We had just gotten married. And then it was like I kept going home to go be with my dad. And so it was like he was great about it and very understanding, my husband, in just like, got to do what you got to do. Go be with your family. And then there was like little scares here and there of like, oh, like things are not looking good. And he like dropped everything and flew to LA to come be with us. And then, it's interesting when someone's sick because like things get really scary and then they like get better. I don't know if that was how it was with your dad at all.
Yeah, it is interesting. You like are kind of always on edge.
Oh yeah, the pre-grief. What do they call that kind of grief?
Anticipatory grief.
Yes, that honestly is like really, really heartbreaking to go through for a long time.
Yeah.
How long was your dad sick?
5 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But then, like, I mean, he had, like, chemo and radiation and a stem cell transplant for the first type of cancer. But, like, in my head, like, yeah, he was, like, in the hospital and sick. But it, like, didn't really register until he got, like, the melanoma and, like, the real diagnosis of, like, there's nothing we can do. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do what we can to, like, keep you comfortable and, like, make it last longer, but like it's not going away.
Yeah.
Which it's just such a like, that news is just so like, what do you do with that?
Wild. What was your dad's prognosis? Were you expecting this or was there hope?
So he got sick and did chemo like in 2019, and then like did the chemo and the radiation, and then we went into remission. So we were like, oh my goodness, like this is great. And then he's like he was very like not an alarmist. So like he was just like, I guess I don't even know like when it came back, but he just kind of was like, okay, like, you know, we're going to just like go do some treatment again. Like the cancer's like kind of like showing up again. Like he was like so chill about the way that he talked about it, probably because he was scared himself and just like didn't want to scare us. And so it like popped up again, maybe like, well, within the year, like within a year it had come back. Because I remember like, yeah, just like, I think he got it in April, went into remission in October, and then like by August the following year, he had cancer again. So it was like, that was then, I don't know, I think maybe part of my brain didn't really want to accept the things that he was saying, so it didn't really fully register. Like, when he was just like, you know, this isn't gonna go away, like, we're just gonna keep working on minimizing it. And I think for a long time I was just like, okay, like, I'm not gonna really fully accept that answer. Like, and then February of 2023, it was like he got a new kind of cancer, and it was like, this seems like it's kind of gonna be bad. Like, things are probably gonna be pretty bad. So, and then from there, it was just a matter of months. So it was just like this anticipatory grief, though, that I was going through for a long time. I mean, you hear the word cancer and you're like, oh my goodness, what is going to happen? And then like your worst nightmare happens, and then the grief all comes, you know, finally out. Anticipatory grief, I feel like, took me down worse than, I don't know, comparison of grief journeys are so stupid, but I was doing it because I was like in it.
We all do it, even though no one should.
No, I know. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we like,
it's literally horrible for us. Yeah, literally it's horrible for us, and we still do it. Like, what is wrong?
Literally, what is wrong? What is wrong with us?
So much.
Yeah, no. But it's okay. It makes us cute and different.
Yeah, we're funny. We have
angels. We have guardian angels. So that's cool, because not.
Yeah, we do. Other people don't. They don't get to pray to their dad and say, "Hey, help a sister out."
And then they do. Like, they're the angels on the other side. Our dads are powerful. I feel like they pull so many strings.
I like to think that, like, I've met so many people, like, through grief and through this process that, like, also my dad has. Like, our dads are hanging out. Like, that's how I think about it. Like, they're making a new friend now because they're talking about us doing this.
No, absolutely. Like, I had a therapist that lost his mom, and we were like, I think they're hanging out. Like, I think they're like,
I say it all the time. And I jokingly am like, is my dad dating your mom? Like, what's the vibe there?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, I swear I am very like into the woo woo. I went to go see a medium on his 1 year passing anniversary.
I love mediums. I'm going in like a month.
Oh my gosh. I'm really
another
excited
one I've been
for
before.
You. Okay, cool. That's so
Wait, tell me about your medium experience.
Well, it was it was incredible. I felt like he came through with so much to say, and it was just like really special, and honestly I would totally do it again. But one thing that I thought was really crazy is that like a woman was mentioned in our session, and she hadn't passed away yet. Like, so, and then move forward, I feel like it was my friend's mom who was coming through in our session. But, like, she hadn't passed away yet when I did the session. But, like, the things she was saying, the things the medium was saying about this person, like, that's, like, where my brain went of, like, who that would be and who the clique was. So I don't know. Like, I just feel like there's things where it's like, oh, I was meant to, like, be friends with this girl to, like, share this journey of, like, grief. Because I can't explain it, and it honestly sounds crazy, but...
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Were your parents not together?
Correct. Yeah, they had gotten divorced already.
Yeah, I assumed just in the way you were talking, but yeah, maybe he's found like another lover up there, you know?
I mean, I didn't.
Or maybe your dads are gay. Who knows?
No way. I just feel like it was more of like an interesting like. I don't even know. Like I'm like, do they? I don't know. Do spirits date each other? Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, true.
But I'm like, my dad's also wait for my mom, okay?
Yeah, like...
He can mess around, and then when she gets there in 100 years, because she's never dying, then...
Yeah. My dad is... I'm like, I don't know if Donna Summers passed away, but if she has, he's probably with her. The musician.
That's so funny. I, like, love this conversation, because I like to show that in general, grief can be fun and sad, and it can be all the things, and normalizing hard conversations makes talking about this stuff less taboo. Therefore, like you talking about it online or just in general, and then it shows people like it doesn't have to be a conversation ruiner. We can talk about our dads and laugh as if they were real people because they were.
Yes. No, I totally agree, because that is what's so hard is like when you meet people that haven't gone through grief, it's like very scary to broach the subject.
Yeah, everyone's so awkward and uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, but then you talk to someone that's like comfortable about talking about their grief and they have gone through it. It's like you're really just talking about your best friend that you miss, and you just want to talk about them.
That's a sweet way of saying it.
Yeah, it's just like, can I tell you about like my friend? You know, I just like miss them. And, like, talking about them makes it feel like they're still around. So it's, like, it is nice to, like, grief is almost, like, so taboo, like you said. Like, even just, like, in the workplace, like, I read a book.
It's so taboo.
Yeah, like, I read a book that was, like, you barely get time to grieve, like, through work. And it's, like, it's such an interesting topic. Because it's, like, your whole world perspective shifted. Like, I actually ended up leaving my job a year after my dad passed away because I was like, this doesn't have priority for me anymore. Like,
yeah, good for you.
Yeah, and basically
you do really learn your priorities with grief.
Yes, that was probably like my biggest takeaway is just that like life is short, and like that if you're not happy, like that, why are you doing that thing? So like move on and kind of like find your joy, because it's not gonna, like, you have to find it. You have to go look for it yourself.
I love that. And it's a good segue into the last question I always ask is, what was the loudest lesson Jay left behind?
Yes. I mean, definitely for the lesson I took away from his passing was, like I said, like life is short, and like the time is now. Like if you want to live life, like it'll pass you by either way. So like it's time to go as hard as you can to chase your dreams and like go live the life that you want to live, and like don't spend time being miserable. But I think the loudest lesson that he left behind, like in his voice, is probably just like to take care of each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Good guy. He was
we love Jay.
Yeah, we love Jay. Jay and James hanging out. Best
yeah,
friends.
They're hanging. We love them.
Maybe having a cigar. If your dad would do that, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like my dad's having a martini.
Ooh, love. My dad's having a Mai Tai.
Oh, was that his drink of choice?
Yeah, he loved a Mai Tai.
That's
Sailor
funny.
Jerry's rum.
Okay. All right, I'll have to have a Mai Tai in his honor.
Yeah. Oh, yes, please. Because I cannot.
Wait, I'll do it for you.
Thank you. You can have two. You can have a martini and...
Exactly. What I have two hands, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Jay. And obviously for everyone listening, thank you so much. Jay's story was worth shouting, and we get to keep him alive by talking about him. So thank you so much.